afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday.
We're going to be messed up all week. Hope you had a nice Labor Day holiday. How about you?
I had a great one. You had to work.
I was here. I labored on Labor Day. But that's okay. That's right. It was my turn.
Makes it for a short week.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, and the weather was kind of cloudy.
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
Not great.
But we'll get an update on that coming up.
All right. First, topping our news today, Madison Mayor Rose Conway is budgeting $21 million to revitalize one of Madison's most prominent roads and bikeways, John Nolan Drive.
The monkeypox vaccine is becoming available to more people in Wisconsin. Who is eligible? Our Brady Mallory has more.
And President Biden and his cabinet look to put the pedal to the metal on bills recently signed into law. We'll tell you the administration's push ahead of the midterms and the Republicans pushing back. Let's take a look outside. The sun finally came out.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it is a great shot. What's going on here? Oh, somebody's getting ready to put the boat in the water.
Yeah.
Great day for that. Julian's in the backyard. Will the nice weather continue?
I know, and finally we are getting some sunshine, and the nice weather will continue. That's the best part about this work week, is that the sunshine and the summer-like weather is going to stick around for a bit until we get into the weekend. But let's talk about today. How did we stack up so far? Well, we were just a tad above normal. Now we are getting closer to that fall-like temperatures around this time of year. 76 degrees normally this time of year for us, but now we hit 77 for us here in Madison. Looking ahead, we're going to see those temperatures get really nice by the time we get into the evening as well. 69 degrees, calm winds, and the skies are going to clear up even more so by the time we get into the overnight hours. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin into the upper 70s, as we can see 79 degrees for Janesville, 75, excuse me, for Platteville, and around 80 degrees for Lone Rock. So they're really holding on to some summer warmth. But dew points still holding into some moisture for us here in southern Wisconsin, but for many areas it's not over unbearable for us. It's still rather comfortable, even though we're into the upper 50s here in Madison. As we take a look at planning out tonight, temperatures are going to hit into those mid to upper 50s for many of us, so things are going to feel really nice, and that's going to be the trend for the next few days. Taking a quick look at our traffic as of right now, smooth as butter across the Beltline as we're getting our 4 p.m. commute going on. And transitioning over towards the interstate as well. All green, north and southbound as we look at I-39 as of right now. So we're going to do it for our quick update, but we do have to talk about what else we can expect for the rest of the week in just a few moments. Until then, let's toss it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Speaking of traffic headaches could be coming for all of downtown Madison, with Mayor Rose Conway proposing an entire rebuild of John Nolan Drive.
Our McKenna Alexander has details on what the mayor is planning to do. McKenna?
Yeah, at Olin Park this afternoon, the mayor released her 2023 capital budget, detailing funding plans for affordable housing, climate resiliency, strong neighborhoods, and other capital projects. Now, one of those projects allocates more than $20 million in state and federal money to go toward replacing one of Madison's busiest roads, which would include reconstructing its causeway and bike paths and lakefront gateway competition.
Coupled with our Lake Monona waterfront design competition, we are laying the foundation for a new Madison waterfront that serves both as a gateway to downtown and as an accessible park for residents and visitors alike.
This budget will be formally introduced to the Common Council later tonight. Then the mayor's executive operating budget, which details funding for services, staffing, and programs, will be introduced next month. Coming up at 6, I'll break down the mayor's capital budget in more detail and share how it compares to her previous proposals.
McKenna, we'll see you then. Thank you. The Republican candidate for Dane County Sheriff is suing the sheriff's office in federal court. In a lawsuit filed today, Anthony Hamilton says he was asked to be part of an illegal search last year, then was retaliated against when he tried to raise internal alarms about it. The beginning of this new legal battle dates back to last March. Hamilton was on the SWAT team and was part of a weapons violation call at a local hotel. During that call, Hamilton says, it became a search, but they didn't have a warrant for that search. He claims he raised his concerns to supervisors, and the lawsuit says he ended up off the SWAT team and suspended without pay for 2 days as a result. The lawsuit is seeking back pay and reinstatement to the SWAT team. We haven't heard back from the sheriff's office about all of this, but we'll bring you that response as soon as we get it. We'll have more on this and how this plays into the contentious political battle for sheriff tonight at 5 and 6. More Wisconsinites will soon be able to get the monkeypox vaccine.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services is expanding eligibility for the shot.
The move comes as 63 cases have been identified in the state, almost 98% in men. Brady Mallory joins us with a closer look at what this means for you. Brady? Brady?
Well, the big goal is to stop the spread of monkeypox. DHS hopes to do that by making the shot more available to more people. The shots are now available to people who know a sexual partner in the past 14 days was diagnosed with monkeypox, or people who attended an event with known monkeypox exposure. The new criteria also includes members of the LGBTQ+ community who have had multiple sexual partners in the last 14 days or expect to have multiple or anonymous sex partners. DHS says it's ready for more demand for the vaccine.
We are comfortable that we have a higher level of vaccine available, and we're at a point in this epidemic where we hope to be turning the corner and want to make sure as many people who are at elevated risk can get vaccinated as possible.
The expanded eligibility also includes people who are at an elevated risk of exposure. You can see what that means and a more detailed list of who is eligible on our website, channel3000.com.
Brady, thank you. It was the first day of school for more kids in our area today, including those in the Sun Prairie Area School District. We were at the brand new Sun Prairie West High School this morning as students entered the building for the very first day of school. Principal Jan Pluger is excited to welcome students and staff back for the school year and to see where this new facility takes them.
When I give tours of this beautiful facility, I say we're pushing out of walls everywhere that we go. So when we talk about creating the future, we're creating the future of Sun Prairie West High School, obviously, in partnership with our other two high schools, East and PPA. We're creating the future of Sun Prairie and Sun Prairie Area School District, and we're creating the futures for our students each and every day. We're ready to go.
Sun Prairie residents passed a $164 million referendum 3 years ago in order to fund the new high school.
Well, tomorrow marks the first day of the new semester for students at the University of Wisconsin. Today, incoming freshmen and transfer students were officially welcomed into the Badger family. It was also the first convocation for UW's new chancellor, Jennifer Mnuchin. Mnuchin is the 30th leader of the university.
This event right now is convocation, and it is the start of the academic year. We've been planning Wisconsin Welcome events the last 2 days for our students, and this is a culmination to say, we're so glad you're here, and tomorrow is the first day of classes.
The ceremony concluded with a collective singing of the school song, Varsity.
Well, tonight, Madison's Common Council will vote on 2 items regarding a new men's homeless shelter in Dane County. The council will vote to approve Porchlight, a local nonprofit fighting homelessness, as the shelter's operator. The council will also vote on whether to extend support services to the residents of the city's encampment. The project is Dane County's first purpose-built men's homeless shelter, according to Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway.
Sun Prairie police are looking for a suspect who stabbed 2 people early this morning. Officers were sent to a home on Jones Street just before 3 a.m. after someone called 911. Police said the suspect left the scene before they arrived. Both victims were taken to the hospital, one person suffering life-threatening injuries and another suffering non-life-threatening injuries is in stable condition. Police say the attack is not believed to be random and there is no present danger to the community. President Biden gathered his cabinet for an end-of-summer meeting at the White House today.
The president and his department heads discussed the bipartisan infrastructure law and the recently signed Inflation Reduction Act.
They also talked about the administration's response to the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
In his first cabinet meeting since March, President Biden talked about his administration's plans to implement several major bills he's signed into law this summer, including the sweeping Inflation Reduction Act.
I'm incredibly optimistic about the future that we're building here in this country, but it requires solid work making these laws work. The devil's in the details.
The president also received an update on his administration's response to the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade, striking down the constitutional right to abortion. More than a dozen states have enacted near-total bans on the procedure.
With midterm elections just 2 months away and control of Congress at stake, President Biden has begun traveling to key battleground states. Democrats believe the abortion issue will drive voters to the polls this fall.
In a new Wall Street Journal poll, voters said the Supreme Court ruling on abortion rights is motivating them to cast their ballots more than inflation.
A vote for a Democrat, a vote for myself, is a vote for abortion rights.
I'm strongly
pro-life, but I have 3 exceptions. Life of the mother being an important one, rape and incest.
Some Republican candidates are playing defense on abortion while trying to score points on other issues with their base.
Inflation is running rampant. Crime is out of control.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker polls for the U.S. House and Senate predict much narrower GOP margins than previously expected. Later this week, President Biden heads to Ohio to tout plans for boosting manufacturing. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Another issue Democrats are focused on ahead of the midterms is protecting same-sex marriage. Some have argued the Supreme Court ruling upholding those rights could now be in jeopardy after the conservative high court reversed years of precedent on abortion.
A Democratic source on Capitol Hill tells CBS News senior congressional Democrats have been considering linking marriage equality legislation to a continuing resolution to fund the government. More reaction today after a federal judge in Florida granted former President Trump's request for a special master to review documents seized by the FBI at his Mar-a-Lago home on August 8th. Judge Eileen Cannon ordered an independent reviewer to examine the documents and flag any issues relating to executive or attorney-client privilege. The ruling does not end the Justice Department's investigation, but rather puts it on hold to identify areas where privilege is applied or made defunct by pressing state interests like national security.
Just because there's a special master who might say, oh, this document potentially raises executive privilege issues, does not mean that the criminal investigative team will never get to see those documents. That will just be the start of a process of, okay, is there really a privilege here? And is that privilege overcome by compelling interests?
Attorneys from both parties have until this Friday to submit their lists of acceptable special masters. If so inclined, the Department of Justice can appeal the ruling.
Ousted British Prime Minister Boris Johnson handed over his role of Britain's leader to Liz Truss this morning. The two met with Queen Elizabeth in her home in Scotland to administer the peaceful transition of power. Typically, such an occasion would occur at Buckingham Palace in London. However, due to the Queen's age and health, Johnson and Truss made the trip to her home to carry out the exchange.
And I will be supporting Liz Truss and the new government every step of the way.
Truss becomes the new leader at a time of turmoil for Britain, where energy prices are soaring as a result of Putin's war in Ukraine. In her acceptance speech, Truss stated her plans to tackle Britain's economic instability with tax cuts. Though Truss was voted in by her and Johnson's Conservative Party, polls suggest she's unpopular among voters. Truss is currently headed back to England from Scotland, where she'll begin her new role as leader of the country.
Here's an update to a story we've been following here on Live at 4. The Treasure Island Fire Department in Treasure Island, Florida has a new captain. There he is. He's an 8-month-old beagle who was one of several thousand beagles that were rescued from a Virginia research facility in August. The fire unit heard about the rescues and wanted to do their part, so they named the pup Captain.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is perfect.
Well, did you go to the movies over the long holiday weekend?
Not many people did. Our film critic Will Loper has the meager box office numbers and some suggestions on what to watch streaming-wise when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love, and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
What happens to your body language when you use Dove Dry Spray? It shows. Try Dove Dry Spray. Our weightless formula with 1/4 moisturizers is effective and kind to skin, leaving you feeling instantly dry and confident.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
In 1983, Senator Johnson's daughter was born with a serious heart defect. Dedicated doctors and nurses saved her life. Family became the most important thing in his life, and it still is. He has always enjoyed the simple things in life: the outdoors, fishing, hiking, camping, cross-country skiing, Packer and Badger games, rec league softball, and playing guitar. And did I mention fishing? As a U.S. Senator, he fought to secure tax cuts for 95% of American Main Street businesses so they could stay competitive with the big guys and survive the pandemic. His right to try law has given terminal patients freedom and hope and saved many lives. And his Joseph Project has transformed lives by helping people get good-paying jobs and be proud of earning their own success. Senator Johnson went to Washington for all the right reasons. I should know because I am that daughter, and I've been watching my dad help others for 39 years.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
When it's go time, I don't let constipation stop me.
New great-tasting Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites work naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes, so you can go fast, go gently, and go on with life. New Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites put you comfortably in control.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Welcome back. Cleanup is underway after a train derailed near Hampton, Iowa early this morning. Monday morning,
yesterday. Yep. Officials say about 44 cars went off the track. Some ended up stacked on top of each other, others in a creek. Union Pacific says some of the tank cars were carrying asphalt, which spilled into the creek. Hazmat crews responded and contained the spill. A bridge was destroyed, and it will have to be rebuilt.
The focus right now is going to be on cleanup, and then the focus will turn to remediation. I'm not going to put a time frame on that because we will, the cleanup's going to take days or maybe even weeks.
Luckily, no injuries were reported. The cause of the derailment is under investigation.
Far out, that's how Apple is describing its annual September keynote event, which is happening tomorrow. It's expected Apple will unveil its new iPhone 14 lineup. The invitation features a night sky with a constellation of stars forming the Apple logo, leading some people to think that there could be some big camera upgrades for better nighttime or long-distance photography. But in typical Apple fashion, mum's the word as the tech giant hopes customers tune in for the live stream on the big day. New iPads or Mac computers likely won't be out until October.
Got to wait until tomorrow. Porsche is going public. Parent company Volkswagen says the brand will be up for an initial public offering this month or in early October. Up to 12.5% of the auto company will be available as shares, but Volkswagen says it could hit the brakes pending market turbulence.
Speaking of which, stocks continue to slide as the 3-week sell-off marches on. The Dow Industrials lost 173 points, closing at 31,145. The NASDAQ gave up 85. The S&P 500 was off 16. Well, cool, cloudy weather here may have sent some people to a movie theater, but box office numbers nationwide say a lot of people had other things to do this past holiday weekend.
Our Will Loper gives us the latest on screens large and small. Here's the Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Susan. The Labor Day weekend box office was rough, but not as rough as it could have been thanks to National Cinema Day on Saturday, which saw screenings fill up thanks to tickets that only cost $3.
Good morning, aviators.
In first place, Top Gun Maverick jumped 16% from last weekend, making over $7 million, and now becoming the 5th highest grossing movie domestically of all time.
Having any fun yet?
Bullet Train sped to second. And Spider-Man No Way Home took third with a re-release adding 11 minutes of new footage, making $5.3 million over the weekend.
We should do this again. You got it.
The $3 ticket pricing was especially attractive to families who found it much more affordable to go see a movie as DC League of Super Pets jumped 32% and Minions The Rise of Gru was up 15% from last weekend rather than declining. And to round out the top 10, Jaws took a bite out of ticket sales with its first ever release in IMAX, meaning that shark was now the size of a 4-story building. Over on streaming services, arriving this Thursday on Disney Plus is the 2022 Marvel film Thor: Love and Thunder.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
Thor grapples with his place in the world while his ex, Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, joins him with some new superhero abilities of her own. Sci-fi fans will want to check out Pantheon, streaming on AMC+.
I think Logarithms faked my dad's death and is holding him hostage.
Logarithms? The microchip company?
I heard they're testing a program to upload human brains.
Maddie is a bullied teen who receives a message online from her deceased father, who is now an uploaded consciousness, and they begin to uncover a conspiracy about the company behind it.
How can we be human without a body?
Get ready for the spooky season with the 101 scariest horror movie moments of all time, streaming on Shudder.
There are so many elements that make the perfect horror moment.
And streaming tomorrow on Netflix is Chef's Table Pizza.
You're going to look at pizza differently after hanging out with Chris Bianco. Chris is the Coltrane of pizza.
I tried everything, not the things that people normally think of for pizza.
The series looks at various chefs around the world baking the best versions of the pizza pie.
Pizza is more than tomato sauce and melted cheese. Pizza is an art.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper, putting in my order now.
I know what Susan's watching.
Yeah. Right, now we're hungry.
No such thing as bad pizza, right?
That's true. That's right.
Still to come at 4, after 2.5 years of working from home, some companies are requiring employees to return to the office.
And not all workers are excited about that idea. We'll look at the conflict coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
At iMart Express, you'll save on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to save. A $200 value, all for $79.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
Well, what about the windows?
Cross something important off your list. With energy-efficient windows for just $129 a month, now is the perfect time to get your home ready for fall. And keep some cash in your pocket.
Windows for $129 a month and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. They're the top 2 causes of CKD. CKD usually starts with no symptoms, so you can have it and not know it. To find out, check the kidney numbers from your lab tests. If you have chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help slow its progression.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis.
Take AIM at CKD by asking your doctor for your kidney numbers and how Farxiga can help. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Right now at the Century House, purchase any Fjords furniture and receive up to 20% off. All models, all sizes, all colors. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Oh my gosh, you look great! Thanks to you, I lost 22 pounds. And I lost 40 pounds by signing up with Jenny Craig.
Max Up is Jenny's most effective program ever.
I struggled to lose my baby weight and my confidence was at an all-time low. Jenny helped me turn everything around. With her delicious food and personal coaching, the weight came right off. Now I'm looking and feeling like myself again. What are you waiting for? Sign up now. Jenny works.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Well, take a look at this. A Brazilian fisherman is back with his family after spending 11 days floating in a freezer in the Atlantic Ocean. The man was on a fishing trip when his boat sank off the coast of Brazil. He climbed into the empty freezer and with no food nor water, floated in shark-infested waters for 11 days before being rescued. He was later treated and released from a hospital and called his amazing voyage a survival a miracle.
Oh, wow. Wow, it is. It's like a real-life castaway.
I know, in a freezer.
Wow, incredible. Well, turn off the TV.
After this.
What do you mean?
After the show, you turn off the TV.
Oh, yeah, yes. And go back to the basics for some entertainment.
Today is National Read a Book Day. Every September 6th, Americans... Let me try that again.
Every September 6th.
Every September 6th, Americans are invited to turn the pages of one of their favorites or pick up something new. Numerous studies over the decades have stressed the mental benefits of reading, which include boosting a person's memory and concentration. There, now
there you go.
Off the vacation complex.
You did well reading.
I wasn't concentrating, apparently. So we're all on sunshine here.
I know.
We're trying to will the sunshine back, and it was like nice outside, at least when we came on the air, yeah.
It is gorgeous for this evening, and it's going to look like that for the rest of the week. But we could see some changes heading into the weekend once again. We'll talk more about that coming up with the First One forecast after the break.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
With less moderate to severe eczema, why hide your skin if you can help heal your skin from within? Dupixent helps keep you one step ahead of eczema with clearer skin and less itch.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And diving into our evening hours, just note that it is definitely going to be a bit better than it was yesterday, as we're looking at more open sky than we saw yesterday. As we were dealing with overcast, well, as we go throughout the next few hours of our evening, temperatures will fall into the upper 60s, and we're looking for a starry night for us here in southern Wisconsin. Taking a look at how we're planning out the rest of tonight, take note that we're all pretty uniform into the upper 50s and the mid 50s for many areas for tonight, as we see 59 degrees for Platteville, 57 for Janesville and for Madison as we get into our overnight lows. And for our friends throughout much of the Dane County area, we can see just a bit cooler for Sun Prairie and for Cottage Grove into the mid 50s as we go throughout the rest of tonight. Now take a look at what we have on our surface map. This high pressure system is going to grant us the privilege of seeing more sunshine over the next few days, which is going to be great because we've been dealing with a lot of cloud cover thanks to this low that has just been bringing showers and storms through our much of the southwest or southeast, excuse me, of the United States throughout the course of the last few days. However, we're going to be watching for this cold front, which is slowly going to start to advance by the time we get into our overnight Friday. But until then, we're going to start to see a southerly flow transition itself by the time we get into our Wednesday. So planning out overnight hours, we're going to see the cloud cover pretty much clear out. So then Wednesday morning, as we're heading off to school and heading off to work as well, we're going to see those temperatures into the upper 50s and then warm up into those 70s as well. We're going to see a wind shift by the time we get into our overnight hours, bringing in some southerly flow of some warmer temperatures as we get into our Thursday, which is going to be bringing in our temperatures back into some 80s for us. And that's going to hold firm by the time we get into our Friday as well. Not looking at much in terms of precipitation. Things are going to stay rather dry for the next few days. But then as we get into the weekend, we are looking for a bit of some change for us. Early Saturday or even Saturday afternoon, the timing of it is still back and forth, but we are looking for a system to be bringing in some showers and some storms going into our Saturday, especially for Saturday nights, transitioning into our Sunday. Now take notes, it's pretty widespread going into our early Sunday morning and into our Sunday afternoon as well. We are looking for a good amount of potential rain that'll look to just sit around throughout much of our Sunday afternoon and going into our Sunday night. But then we could start to see it phase out by the time we get into Monday, but another round potentially going into our Monday afternoon. Now don't hold on to these rain totals because it is about 5 days out and it could bounce back and forth over the next few days as well. But we could see some good amount of rainfall over the course of this weekend. But until then, it's going to be clear and cool for our nighttime. Mild temperatures are going to stick around and warm up into those 80s as well. And then we're going to see stormy conditions possibly heading into our weekend. So that's what we're going to be watching for. And on top of it, that's why we're going to see our temperatures pretty much take a nosedive, especially going into Sunday, where we could see one of the cooler days that we've seen in a while, a high of 69 degrees for us. And on top of it, we still have stormy conditions for the 4-day stretch, at least a chance of it for some areas to see some wet conditions. So we need to soak up the sun and dry while we have it.
Yeah. And as you say, it's a few days out, that could change.
Yeah, it could change. It has been kind of inconsistent over the last day or two, but, you know, the closer we get, the more confidence we have in it. And as of right now, well, it's looking a bit wet.
Badger home game, too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we got to watch
2:30 start. Yeah.
Well, hopefully it can wait until the nighttime.
Yeah.
Julian, thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Well, today is the day many Wall Street firms have targeted for employees to return to the office full-time.
But that is not what some workers want.
Vanessa Yukovich has more on the office showdown.
A 5-day work week is nothing new, but post-pandemic, 5 days in the office can feel overwhelming. Post-Labor Day, some companies are now requiring employees to hang up their house slippers and get back into the office for good.
What would your immediate reaction be to that?
Like, oh no. It's a feeling many Americans may be having. About 56% of full-time U.S. employees, more than 70 million workers, say they can do their job from home. But companies like Goldman Sachs, Tesla, Bank of America, and Morgan Stanley are requiring employees to return to the office full-time.
They're feeling very confident about, it's back to school, it's back to the office, it's back to reality.
About 6.5% of employees in the U.S. were teleworking last month, fewer than in July, a sign that some workers could be getting called back in.
Hey, we did a good job.
For attorney Jessica Carroll, the prospect of going into the office full-time again would be a challenge.
You've kind of gotten used to this hybrid work from home experience. It would be hard to just go from what it is now to 5 days. It's kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid.
Like most, Carol was in the office every day in early 2020.
It was pretty demanding.
Then COVID hit. She had a newborn and changed jobs. A hybrid schedule was important, where she could be on a conference call and still pick up her older kids after school. The mother of 3 says so far, her new firm has been flexible.
Having people in the office and more available by person rather than by phone is something that they encourage, but there's no strict policy.
After over 2 years working from home, some companies have fully embraced it. This summer, Yelp announced it would close offices in 3 major cities after just 1% of employees voluntarily returned in person. But some jobs can't be done remotely.
There are moments in our work where it's really important to be in person.
Bottom Line is a not-for-profit organization that helps lower-income high school students get into college. 80% of its 140 employees have in-person jobs and started their return to office this summer.
Did you face any resistance from staff?
I think there was trepidation across the board.
Did you lose anybody along the way?
I'm sure we lost a few who, for them, the decision to be back in the office wasn't the right decision.
With over 11 million unfilled jobs, that's about 2 open positions for every job seeker. A return to office mandate could be a deal breaker. Bottom Line has 15 in-person roles to fill.
We haven't been immune to the Great Resignation. We've seen, higher turnover in the last couple of years. It absolutely is a concern.
And the unemployment rate in the U.S., according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is 3.7%.
Boy, the pandemic really changed everything, didn't it?
A lot of thoughts about working, too.
Yes, yeah.
Well, coming up next here on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us pick out the best deals for September.
And then coming up next hour at 5, Omicron-specific COVID booster shots are finally here and possibly already available at a vaccine site near you. So how do you get one? Our Tahalil Moadeen helps us figure it out coming up tonight at 5.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love. And more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well-trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Now is the time to switch to Spectrum Internet. America's leading internet provider just got even faster, with speeds now starting at 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds to game, faster speeds to stream, faster speeds to work or learn from home. All with 99.9% network reliability. Get Spectrum Internet for just $49.99 a month, plus a free modem and free online security software. Call 877-906-9192. Add advanced Wi-Fi to get enhanced security for your home network, automatically blocking outside threats to your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer and more reliably with Spectrum. Now is the time to switch. Get Spectrum Internet with faster speeds for the same great price. Just $49.99 a month with starting speeds of 300 megabits per second. Visit Spectrum.com to find out more or call 877-906-9192.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
New at 5, an alleged retaliation as the Dane County Sheriff's Office in court. News 3 Now breaks down the lawsuit being raised by the GOP candidate for sheriff.
Tonight, we're going to be having some clear conditions, but summer will be returning. We'll be breaking down your forecast coming up at 5.
And ahead at 6, monitoring Madison's mayor, News 3 Now dives deep into the 2023 capital budget to assess how the plan will impact you. That's tonight at 6. Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Baltimore, Maryland. It's kind of cloudy there today, the way it looks. 77 degrees.
Beautiful city. That's a nice shot.
I've never been there.
Oh, really? No, it's a great town.
Been to the airport, but that's about it. With Labor Day behind us and the seasonal shift from summer to fall, now here, September is a great month for savings.
This month might be the perfect time to score a deal on a tech item that typically never leaves your side.
Leah Linscheid has more from Consumer Reports.
Although summer vacation is now in the rear view, fear not, as you can take advantage of big deals in September. Consumer Reports tracks the prices of many of its top tested products all year long, so it knows exactly when they go on deep discount. Here are top products to look out for in this month's best time to buy.
Thanks to Labor Day sales, the first half of the month, you're going to see some great discounts on large appliances like dishwashers, washers and dryers, and refrigerators.
This Whirlpool top freezer refrigerator is a CR Best Buy and is now on sale for $529 at Appliances Connection and Best Buy. CR says this is a great budget refrigerator that's one of the top performers in its tests for its size. And although you can finally use your air conditioner less, now is the perfect time to buy one as retailers begin to offload their summer products. This Frigidaire window AC is now $249.99 at Appliances Connection. CR says this window unit AC performs well for comfort and ease of use. And while the weather is still pleasant, tackle that leftover tree work you put off during the summer with a new chainsaw. This Ego battery-powered chainsaw is now $366.75 at Amazon. Keep your eyes and ears open for smartphone savings later this month.
Apple typically announces their new iPhone in September. And while nothing is official just yet, signs are pointing toward that new phone being announced this month. Because of that, you can expect older model iPhones to start to drop in price at carriers and retailers alike.
The Apple iPhone 13 Pro Max is currently $1,099 at full price, but look for discounts and other offers as the month goes on and through the rest of the year. This is CR's top-rated smartphone with one of the longest battery lifespans of all the current models it's tested and has an additional wide angle and zoom camera. Have a great September. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
Need a chainsaw, Mark?
I'm not good. I just got one. Well, looking for something else this month?
Consumer Reports says September is also a great month if you need a grill, an air purifier, a leaf blower, replacement windows, or smart speakers.
That's an interesting group.
That's an interesting list.
All right. Is another COVID booster in our immediate future?
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff has the latest COVID and vaccine updates. He'll join us when Live at 4 continues.
Are you looking for a little bit more life on the open road? Sounds pretty good to me. We are here at Wisconsin RV World in DeForest, the oldest towable licensed dealer in the state of Wisconsin. That's a lot to stand on. Christy, tell us about these beautiful, beautiful beauties behind us.
Well, we've got a lot of new brands, and that's why we're here today. Lance is one of our newest ones. It's our most luxurious, and it's one of our only 4-season campers. It can sleep up to 6 to 7 people. It can be towed by just about any half-ton vehicle. Some of the other great features are the kitchens. They're a lot more livable these days. You get larger refrigerators, butcher block countertops, backsplash tiles, and the same with bathrooms. larger, more storage, and then also the bedrooms. They are featuring a lot more king beds. One of our products has a new feature called the King Bed Slide, which means you can slide one all the way over, still can get dressed in your bedroom, which is not always the case.
You are going to think you're in your own home. And then you have the Camp 365, which is so versatile.
Yeah, you can go anywhere, do anything with it. You can use it 365 days a year, and it can be towed from anything from your UTV to a hybrid, and that's one of its greatest features. And then we also carry the Gravity fifth wheel toy hauler, and from as large as a 14-foot garage, you can get your UTVs in there, your motorcycles, and we were very excited to have the Gravity fifth wheel toy hauler, which we have not had in some time.
Christy, thank you so much. You can't buy happiness, but it's dang close. Come and find out why right here at Wisconsin RV World in DeForest. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
In 1983, Senator Johnson's daughter was born with a serious heart defect. Dedicated doctors and nurses saved her life. Family became the most important thing in his life, and it still is. He has always enjoyed the simple things in life: the outdoors, fishing, hiking, camping, cross-country skiing, Packer and Badger games, rec league softball, and playing guitar. And did I mention fishing? As a U.S. Senator, he fought to secure tax cuts for 95% of American Main Street businesses so they could stay competitive with the big guys and survive the pandemic. His right to try law has given terminal patients freedom and hope and saved many lives. And his Joseph Project has transformed lives by helping people get good-paying jobs and be proud of earning their own success. Senator Johnson went to Washington for all the right reasons. I should know, because I am that daughter, and I've been watching my dad help others for 39 years.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
And a quick look at our traffic as of right now. Starting off with our 4 p.m. commutes, things are rather smooth along the Beltline. Mainly the residential roads, especially near University, or we're looking at the slow spots. But overall, if you're trying to get onto the Beltline, things are smooth as butter outside of Fish Hatchery's ramp, which is onto the slower side. It's going to do it for our traffic. Let's go ahead and send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Julian. Well, if you're a fan of fireworks, Berlin, Germany is the place to be. The Fireworks World Championships are underway.
Who knew?
At the city's Olympic Stadium. Crowds gathered to watch the first 3 teams light up the Berlin sky to the sound of classical music. Each team is allowed 15 minutes to display their pyrotechnic skills in the 2-day contest. The judges are the attending public. They text their favorite display after each night.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Wow. Well, new COVID boosters are now available and already at some local pharmacies.
The shots, which the FDA just approved, target the latest versions of the Omicron variant.
So should you get the latest booster? UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Potoff back with us after vacation.
Hi, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.
How are you guys?
So the new shot's here. The targeted booster shot.
The bivalent booster, which is targeting BA4 and BA5, the Omicron subvariants that are in our community right now, are likely available, if not today, in the next couple days.
And who is eligible to get one?
So in a nutshell, if you're age 12 or older, and it's been more than 2 months since your last booster, you'd be eligible for this new booster that covers these subvariants.
And what if you've never had a shot?
If you've never been vaccinated, you still need to get the original 2-dose series to be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated before, but maybe you haven't been boosted, you would be eligible for this new booster.
Do you think people should get it? What's your feeling about it?
I think so. I think there's very little downside. The data that we have on this is that antibodies that are created after this bivalent booster, this new booster, are about 8 times higher to these new subvariants than the previous vaccine. That's good enough to get it approved. There aren't safety concerns. We don't have the data that says, well, you're 90% likely to not get symptoms at all if you get this booster. But at the worst, it's going to be as good as the current vaccine, and there's a really good chance it's actually going to perform a little bit better.
A lot of people are getting COVID right now. 2 of my friends tested positive over the weekend. Is there a window you have to wait if you've had COVID?
You know, not specifically. I think most would say that if you've had COVID, you're probably pretty well protected, at least for probably 2 months after you've had that infection. So you wouldn't necessarily have to run out and go get that booster, although you could. At the same time, if you've been a couple months out from a COVID infection, reinfection is something that we see. So getting a booster that would likely reduce that risk would be a good idea.
What is your current feeling about us heading into the fall, back to school? Kids are going back into dorms, not wearing masks. Do you think we're heading for a fall or winter COVID surge?
I don't know if it'll be a COVID surge. Certainly those things like schools coming back together, winter where people gather indoors, would lead me to think that cases could go up. I don't know if it'll be a surge. Right now things are looking pretty good. We'll have to see how fall goes. If we look at flu season, typically we base our flu season off of what's going on in Australia. They're having a pretty rough season right now. So I do think we could see a much more vigorous flu season than we've seen in a couple years.
And can you get your COVID booster and your flu shot at the same time?
You can. Different arms. It's not one shot. So you might walk away a little sore, but you can get it done in one appointment if that's more convenient.
Okay, really? That's good to know.
And so you're saying you should get this?
I think so. I think there's almost no reason not to get it, and there's probably reason to get it. I've already looked online to see if I can make my own appointment, so maybe the proof is in the pudding.
And government is covering it again, or is?
Yeah, so far it's covered.
Do we know anything about possible side effects with this?
I think it'll be similar. So like it's not a whole new vaccine. It's a small but important tweak to the current vaccine. So I think same thing. You're probably going to have a little bit of a rough day that day after you get that shot, but a much less rough than if you come down with COVID.
And we expect a bad flu season?
I think flu season could be a little bit worse than previous years based on what's going on over in Australia.
Because last year we had practically nothing again, 2 years in a row.
I know, we got lucky 2 years in a row.
Do you think this will convince people, because the Omicron variant has been so contagious, and like you said, everybody has
it seems like
either getting sick or has been sick, will convince people who were on the fence before to get vaccinated?
I mean, to be honest, I think folks who have said, I'm not getting vaccinated, period, I don't know that this gets them vaccinated. I think folks who got vaccinated but maybe kind of like shoved or put off getting their booster shot, knowing that this booster shot specifically targets the subvariant that is causing problems right now, might be enough an incentive where they'll go out and get that booster so they don't have to worry about this.
I'm going to make an appointment right now.
There you go.
Jeff, thanks. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dr. Potoff. Thanks so much.
Talk to you guys again.
Final check of your forecast is coming up.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third-shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
The GOP sheriff candidate sues the office he hopes to hold. News 3 Now outlines the lawsuit and the political implications that accompany it. And we compare how the new COVID-19 booster differs from its predecessors and where you can get it. That's coming up at 5.
News 3 Now Sports brings you the Badger Blueprint. Join us every week for an exclusive look at Wisconsin football. From the practice field to the locker room to game day previews and highlights. Badger Blueprint, Wednesdays only on News 3 Now at 10.
And coming up tonight, we're going to go over how cool and how long it's going to be cool as we go into our temperatures over the next few days. However, we are going to be expecting some fog to start to develop. But temperatures back into the 50s are some lows that we have been missing and are going to hold on to for a while. Talk more about this in just a few moments. Back to you guys.
All right, Julie, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, after 2.5 years of the pandemic, cruise ships are filling up again.
And the cruise lines are actually adding new ships to meet the demand. We'll find out what the new ships have to offer coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or table, 4 chairs and bench in 3 finishes, in dining height or counter height. With Bob's discount, only $5.99. And now, how am I going to tie my shoes?
Get Bob's discount!
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Qulipta.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 14th.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Check out my Playscape 2-piece sectional. The $12.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Get Bob's discount!
Greater.
In today's Final Touch, for a lot of people, there is nothing better on a Friday night than going out to see a movie.
And get exercise at the same time. That's what dozens of people did in Poland who showed up to watch the movie Knives Out. This time, a row of bikes had been set up. The bikes were plugged into a generator that provided the power to run the show. The initiative is part of a series set up by a Polish power company this summer with the aim of encouraging Poles to think more about environmentally friendly ways of living. The events have been held as energy prices are set to spike across Europe due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A panel shows how much energy each bike was producing, so there was some competition involved as well. That's a great idea. We should maybe do that around here, Susan.
Eat more popcorn that way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.